All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're a day removed from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' home victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, folks. It wasn't even close. 32-9. Baker Mayfield, 22-36, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. Most importantly, 0 interceptions. He had a passer rating of 119.9, and we knew it immediately. This dude was ripping smelling salts on the way out of the tunnel. That is a football guy move, and he is perfect. You know, he really is perfect for this team. You're coming off the season without Tom Brady. You bring him in on the offseason to compete with Kyle Trask. The expectations are so low, and fit matters. You know, fit really does matter for quarterbacks. And Tampa Bay, especially after their Super Bowl win a couple of years ago, it's loose. You know, there's low expectations. They're the underdog. It's, you know, let's see what we can do. Let's see what Baker Mayfield can do for us. And we know Baker, you know, the misfit. We call him a misfit every time on this channel because he is just truly a misfit. And you never want to bet against it. So quarterbacks with a playoff win with multiple teams, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, my man Brett Favre, and obviously Baker Mayfield. Folks, this season was a massive success. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were projected like 5 or 6 wins, maybe before, maybe after they got Baker. Maybe some people had them winning 7 games. What's crazy about it is, you know, 7 games, 8 games could have even won the division heading into the season. So what Baker has done is unbelievable, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about last night's game in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bucs fans, I post a couple of Bucs videos every single week on this channel, so if we could try and get this video to 200 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So, you know, this game really wasn't even close. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense and defense came out firing on all cylinders. Yes, there were a couple of drops, but for the most part, you know, with their 10-0 lead going into the second quarter, I just kind of felt like the writing was on the wall. And, you know, Philly's interesting because this is a team that started 10-1. And today, as expected, everybody's talking about, you know, why Nick Sirianni's about to get fired, and, you know, is Jalen Hurts the guy? And this is a team that made the Super Bowl last season. What on earth happened? You know, at the end of the day, they still won 11-6, but you did start 10-1, and not seeing enough praise for Tampa. We'll talk about that Detroit upcoming game more so in later this week, but we'll talk about it a little bit later on in the video. They dominated the trenches offensively and defensively. Like, seriously, defensively, these guys did such a good job. And what's crazy is, you know, Tampa still has this really, really good defense. Maybe it's not that Super Bowl elite caliber defense that they had a couple of years ago, but they're ranked 7th in the league. And what's crazy about it is, you know, you still got like Levante David, you still got Antoine Winfield Jr., you had some nice draft picks like Kalijah Cansey, Yaya Diaby. Like, dudes have been stepping up. But what's so crazy about the Buccaneers defense this season is they were so injured. You know, it was like a revolving door with injuries. Like, you know, one game you get this guy back and then this guy goes down, and it just went on the entire season. And so their defense really was kind of hovering below the radar, and they still had a severely above average team. Defensively against the rush, Jalen Hurts threw for 250 yards and a touchdown. Defensive in the trenches, they dominated. Like we said, they dominated the trenches on both sides of the football. The Philadelphia Eagles ran the ball only 15 times for only 42 yards. That's a whopping 2.8 yards per carry. And then on the Tampa side, Rachaad White, man, I think this dude's a star in this league. You know, we saw him in the second half of his rookie season kind of eventually, or kind of begin to get more touches, get more reps, see more playing time. And we kind of see this dual threat, elusive, quick, hard hitter. We see a little bit of everything with Rachaad White head into this season, and he absolutely lights it up. He was 10 yards away from having an 1,000-yard season. My favorite part about Rachaad is, like we mentioned, he's dual threat. This is a game changer. This is a playmaker, and he's only in his second year with this Buccaneers in the NFL. 18 carries, 72 yards. He averaged 4 yards per carry. These are hard-earned yards. I love having Rachaad White on this football team, and I cannot wait for his future. He also chipped in 1 catch for 3 yards. Usually you see a little bit more, but Rachaad White is the key one of the keys for this Buccaneers team in the future, but especially against Detroit this upcoming weekend. But Baker Mayfield, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I absolutely loved. We didn't see too much Mike Evans. We didn't see too much Chris Godwin. Mike Evans, 7 targets, 3 catches, 48 yards. Chris Godwin with 4 catches, 45 yards, and that big game-clinching touchdown. But yesterday was really David Moore with the 44-yard touchdown and Trey Palmer with the 56-yard touchdown. This is a rookie, and I'm excited about Trey Palmer's future with Tampa Bay in the National Football League. It's a player we didn't see at that much of a consistent rate. When you're playing behind Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you're not going to see too many reps in general, or not too many targets in general. Solid rookie season, especially where he was drafted. The rookie out of Nebraska, 39 catches, 385 yards, and 3 touchdowns. You hit a couple of nice games to end that season, like against Jacksonville. He had 4 catches for almost 50 yards. Against the Saints, he had 4 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. And I remember making a video at the end of the season saying, give this guy as many reps, give him as many targets, give him as many catches as humanly possible heading into the playoffs so his confidence is through the roof and it's sky high. And that's why you do it. 2 targets, 1 catch, 56 yards. That was huge. Cade Otton. Cade Otton's a really interesting prospect for this team. Also in his second year, just like Rachaad White, 8 catches, 89 yards. He's got a nice future with this team. I'm excited about Tampa's team, man. They went 9-8. They won the division. Baker Mayfield, to me, is clearly the best quarterback in the division. Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers are an absolute mess. Derek Carr does not throw deep balls over like 15 yards ever. I don't really like his mentality even. I feel like he's more of like an issue in the locker room, even though he seems like such a nice, lovable guy. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans. And then you've got Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke and whatever the heck's going on in Atlanta's quarterback room. Baker Mayfield's the best QB in the division, and they just won a playoff game against the team that was 3 points away from winning the Super Bowl, or 4 points away technically from winning the Super Bowl. This is huge. I mean, it just really is. I'm so excited about this team's future. I think they do a really, really under-recognized job management-wise, evaluating talent, whether that's in free agency, but especially in the draft. I think they just find these like low-key slept-on guys that make impacts in their rookie seasons. I'm so excited about the future. This upcoming weekend against Detroit's going to be interesting. All right, you're on the road, 3 o'clock Eastern time, I believe is kickoff. This is a team where the Lions routed them. Week 6, Tampa was at home. They lost 20-6 in that football game, and we're going to talk about that all week. So stay tuned, but as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bucs fans especially, let me know how you're feeling about that game. Let me know how you're feeling about heading into Detroit, and especially if you're also a Lions fan watching this video, do you want to play Tampa? I think Tampa, they matched up very well against Philly. Philly kind of trending very downhill. I still think Detroit's got the leg up because Detroit's a very good football team, but it's going to be a great game. I can't wait. So stay tuned for this week. Drop some comments down below, and we'll see you next time.